The leaders in AFL Supercoach are incoming, helping you win your leagues and climb up the rankings. You're now listening to the Insight AFL Show with your hosts, Big Horse and Skiddy.
Good evening and welcome to the Insight AFL Show. I'm your host, the Horse, and with me, Frothy, Skiddy. How you doing, mate?
Good, mate. Yeah, I'm just taking a little one from Ian Johnson, our man. Said I should have a spider without the ice cream and just put JD in it instead. So I've taken his advice. It's quite nice, actually. So I highly recommend it to you, Horse. Horse, had a thought off the top of the show that I'd like to ask you straight up, get your expert knowledge on.
Hit me with it.
When we're talking social media teams, right?
Yep.
Giants are number one. They are both number one in our heart, and we're probably going to both agree on that. I think there's no question about it. How close are the Hawks social media team to catching them? Because, God, they're doing some good stuff.
They are. They're probably number 3 for me.
Oh, really? Who you got in ahead of the Hawks?
Insight Fantasy Sports.
Bingo. Oh, wait, you're putting us behind the Giants?
They're pretty good.
No way.
Yeah. I love it. But, mate,
Yeah.
It is the last round of the home and away season for our Supercoach League. So you are going to want to tune in this evening, ladies and gentlemen. We've got a banger on hand for you. Trade-in targets, who to fade, injuries, and a whole lot more. Mm-hmm. But if you haven't yet, I have to ask you the question, why haven't you yet? But please jump in our Discord. Insight Unlimited is live, and for less than 50 cents a week, you'll get access to everything we do. Our insights, our trades, captains, exclusive premium Q&A, every round of Supercoach, and a few other cool perks. If you just want to get involved in the Discord and talk footy, that's fine also. That's free. The link is down below in the description. Click on that, click AFL, and you'll have us there in and amongst hundreds of other people who love their footy. Skiddy, we're going to get straight into it, mate. You'll squeeze the week.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, squeeze of the week is now open. I've got the whiteboard out, which means that you guys can now get your tips in for who you think is going to get the highest Supercoach score of the round. All you have to do is message in the chat or in our Discord under the subsection who you believe is going to get the highest score of Supercoach this round individually, and what that score is. If you guess the same score and player as someone else, then get stuffed. It's their choice first, obviously, because we're not doing the same bullshit that happened round 7. That was too many winners. We've learned from our past mistakes, Horse. This week, I am firmly doing this, and I have my C firmly planted. Nick Dacos, 172.
Wow. Is that because of the no-name factor? Yeah.
Bingo, and that Richmond give up the most Supercoach points to midfielders by a long margin.
Well, we've seen a few left field ones get up recently, so I'm going to go...
NKs?
Yeah, fuck him. The Essendon Footy Club, Nick Martin, 148 this week.
Ooh, I like that, because the scores have been down as of late, haven't they? Like, the top scores have been down. We saw, 158 from Keezer last week. We saw Toby Green, 157 the week before. So like that, we've got a couple of good guesses in here. Corey going Tristan Sherry, 168, like that. Amadi Party, that's outrageous. LDU, I like how many North players we have in here. Great. And Delhi reckons Dan Houston, 177, 37 touchdowns.
Daniel Houston. Yeah.
What did I say? Oh, yeah, Daniel. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
Formalities.
Good.
But yeah, if you want to get him in, smack him in the chat.
No, I love the Nick Martin pick. He had 40 touches last time he played against St Kilda. They're just going to let him run free if he plays across halfback, if that's the case again. It's indoors at Marvel. He's got no excuse. With what's happening at training and the likely inclusion of Darcy Parish amongst a few others this week, I expect a massive game from the Dons boys this week. Now, Skiddy.
I like that.
We've got some news, mate.
It's time for some news from around the league.
Yes, sir.
Talk to me about someone's bringing up the ton this week.
Someone is bringing up the ton this week, but before we do that, Horse, we've got to pay our respects because this man has been a part of our footy lives for a very long time, and that is Razor.
Razor! You flog.
who's announced his retirement. So congratulations to Razor Ray on a great career. Razor Ray obviously is leading the leaderboard at the moment, Horse. For the most times that an Australian person has told someone to fuck off. Third is obviously Carl Stefanovic. 2, Dan Andrews. Number 1, Razor Ray. He'll always be in our hearts. Congratulations, Razor Ray. Great career.
Yep, absolutely, mate.
But
And
you are right, Horse, because there is a milestone this week. And it's a milestone that me and you, and I'm sure our whole community loves, and the whole AFL world loves. And that's David Roden.
the smiling assassin. Oh, love that. Congratulations, David the Smile Roden.
Hey, keep being you, Shags.
Love that. Hey, we're going to give a special shout out to one of our avid followers too, mate. The Flag Dons man. Evening all, post-shoulder Rico hospital bed, laying back. Not allowed a frothy, but he's watching us from there. So, mate, all the best with your recovery. Hopefully it comes up Gucci, mate, and you're back rolling the arm over at the in-laws at Christmas time in the backyard, bowling bounces in no time.
Yep, bloody oath, mate. And I've been through a couple of shoulder Ricos, so all the best, mate. I'm sure you'll get through it and smash through it. Just do the rehab. Do the rehab.
Absolutely. Mate, we're going to get straight into injury news, but it's not just everyone in the AFL. We're being very selective with this injury news. It's what's going to affect your Supercoach sides. Now, we're just going to go through these pretty quickly because we are going to get stuck into our games. But Jai Caldwell, he has been confirmed for selection this week and will play.
Yep.
Darcy Parish is also very likely to play as well, coming back from a calf, mate. They're not going to take him through the 2s, straight back into the 1s.
Yep, that's fair enough too. I like the way that Essendon are going to be able to do that. So I think that's the right move by them. As I'm sure he's one of your favourite Bombers. If they take Sam Durham out of the midfield for Darcy Parish, we are throwing hands, Brad Scott. Guelphy String, he's out for the next month, which is unfortunate. Yep. He's been playing some good footy. Blake Acres, obviously. He's got a foot injury, and Jordan Boyd a shin injury for the Carlton defence, along with Mitch McGovern. So they are heavily hampered down there at Carlton.
There were some reports getting around about Blake Acres and his hamstring. Apparently had a hamstring injury, 3 to 4 weeker. There's nowhere that can confirm that at the moment. So if you hear that dribble on the net, until we hear it from not this horse's mouth, but from the Carlton Footy Club's mouth, we're not listening to that at all.
Like that.
Todd Marshall, hip, Kane Farrell, hamstring, both listed as tests and will need to prove their fitness in the coming, day now, if not today already, to play Carlton on Friday night. If not, it could be Dan Houston party down back for the Port Adelaide Footy Club.
Please give me the Dan Houston party, and then it's going to be Georgiadis up front. Oh, God, I don't even care about that.
Yeah.
Max Gawn, apparently he was keen to play last week, but then, quote him, couldn't kick a ball on his preferred foot. And then that's a pretty obvious way to not play, mate. So he looks like he's pretty much in. There
was some footage getting around of him today at training, and some people saying that, he looks proper, yada, yada. Yeah, you're going to look proper, if you've got a leg injury like that. But if you watch the footage, he's actually leading into the contest and hitting up the bag with his injured leg and then pushing off from there. So I think he's going to play. How fit he is, I'm not so sure. I'm actually tossing up. I've got 2 trades left. I'm actually tossing up whether I go Gawn to Xiri this week to finish off my season.
I like Big X. X injured
so
people
he's
for
got
fun.
a very good run. Yeah.
He's too tough. That's his problem. He's too tough.
Too tough. Mate, Christian Salem, your boy, you bought him in a few weeks back. He's done a pig string.
God. Oh, jeez, that has been awful. I thought, D's are going to suck. He's going to be good off of halfback. He's going to get a lot of the pill, and he's just been injured the whole time. So, bugger him. Dusty is listed as a chance to play. Who knows? With Dusty, he could just do whatever the hell he wants, and so he should too, because he's earned the right to with doing everything he's done for that fitness for that club. Tim Taranto, concussion, will be back to versus Collingwood. Nick Velasquez, he's back to versus Collingwood as well after his back injury. Isaac Cumming, though, this is painful.
This sucks. Hamstring, it's a grade 2, 6 weeks. Poor bloke. I really like him. I used to like him a lot more when he played off half back, but That's probably him done for the year now.
No, I love Cumming. I reckon he's fantastic, and he works so well with Buckley and Taylor down there in the back line. And
I love Cumming too.
Yeah, I said the boys up for that one. But it's coming at the right time as well because Sam Taylor is back this week after his ruptured testicle, which is something that I do not wish upon anyone.
Nope.
That would be horrible. And then Canelio is also a test. So the Giants could be bringing in some big ones here because this is a big game for the Giants this week.
Yeah, absolutely, mate. But you know who else might be back?
Oh, no.
I said 10 weeks ago I refused to say this man's name, so it's all yours.
Sorry, it is Adelaide's version of Darcy Parish. That's right. It is Matt Crouch. The Crouch Potato looks to be making a return. And it's a good time for Adelaide because they've just lost Jordan Dawson to concussion.
Mm-hmm.
So the Crouch Potato is obviously going to go in there, get 30 disposals, get 150 meters gained with those 30 disposals, and that's about it. Because his horse.
I'm going to throw two quickly, mate.
Yep.
Matt Crouch, and then by all reports, Adelaide are very keen on Clayton Oliver, right?
Mm-hmm.
Is there a chance they could have 60 touches between them for negative meters?
Oh, geez, there's a good chance of that, isn't there? But apparently, Minnie McGualter came out and said there's no chance Clary's leaving and he's completely focused on Melbourne. So I'm going to listen to Minnie McGualter about that. Horse, Horse, one for you?
No.
Oh, well, that's just so he's not back yet, so we're not worrying about him, but he'll definitely be a buy when he's back, that's for certain. And Tommy Atkins, he's got a back, he's going to be a test, obviously. He's got a bit of Isaac Heaney-itis about him, scared of playing George Wardlaw, obviously. So fair enough to Tommy Atkins, hopefully he will be okay. And Liam Jones, Horse, for the Dogs.
Yeah, he's listed as a test this week to play Sydney, but you know what? Rory Lobb's in some form. I don't think they're rushing back, and he's probably got one more week on the sideline.
Yep, I can say that too.
And there you are, ladies and gentlemen. They are the injuries this week that may or may not affect your Supercoach sides or players that you have in your Supercoach teams. We're going to move into our games now, but before we do...
Obviously, just quickly, for anyone that is new or people of old that you want to play along with our game, and we have a game that we like to do called the Cups. And all you have to do is guess who you think the games are going to be named after. So basically, for instance, we've got the first game of Carlton versus Port Adelaide. Get your guesses in. It's going to be a retired player that has played for both. Played at least one game for both Carlton and Port Adelaide, and that's how they qualify. You get your guesses in there. You get 9 for 9. We'll call the Cups after you, and you'll win. What do we got? Is that our Insight Fantasy Sports merch store?
You will win something from our merch store, and you'll also win a prize pack thanks to the guys at the Standard Squeeze. And
love that.
To top it off, you will have the Cups named after you for forever and ever.
Yeah,
your name will be associated with our Cups.
Or, until someone else wins it.
We can work that out at the time.
Yeah, exactly right. But at least for this season, you will.
And all of next season. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Well, yeah. Sounds good. All right.
So, our first lot of games are going to be brought to you by the Standard Squeeze.
Yeah.
Are you sick of breaking glass bottles, your beer going warm, or your coffee going cold? The Standard Squeeze have everything you have to drink responsibly, but also conveniently. The Standard Squeeze products are made from food-grade quality plastic, so you can measure the perfect pour. You can go to the website, thestandardsqueeze.com, and use the code IFS15 to get yourself 15% off everything in store. Mate,
they're beautiful.
Round 20. Here we go. Carlton versus Port Adelaide. Friday night. Under the bright lights of Marvel. There's a few players that have played for both, isn't there?
Yeah, there is a couple that have played for both, and this isn't the first time that these guys have played one another as well, and that's why Corey's probably gone with the Nick Stevens Cup, because that's what it was last time, Horse, but I've actually done a bit of a switch-up this week.
Ooh.
Matthew Lobb Cup is what a lot of the boys are saying. Ian Jonas, Kiz has gone with the Nick Stevens, but our man Deadly is on the money, 1 from 1. Cameron Cloak Cup. Yes, the clue was I have played one game for one of these clubs. Cam Cloak played one game for Port Adelaide. So that's why he gets the cup, the good old gooch punching bag as well, obviously, from Satana Halfen.
That's right.
which is lovely to say, Horse.
Mate,
Loved it.
how do you think Paddy Cripps is going to go in this game against a smaller midfield in Butters, Rosie, Drew, Boak? Like, they're not overly big.
Wines?
Yeah,
Wines and Horn Francis are maybe the only ones, but we have seen the Port midfield do struggle against bigger body midfielders. So I think this could be a great game for Cripper. He played really well last week against North. Loves the inside with a bit of a smaller ground as well. He averages about a 107 against Port Adelaide. And he's been absolutely on fire. So I like the looks of what Cripper can do, Horse. But my one query, and this is a question I'm going to go to you, do you fade the likes of Cripper and Walsh a bit? The fact that Pitnet now has to be the ruckman for the next 5 weeks because TDK is because
he's done.
Tristan Sherry was hitting TDK too hard.
No, I'd still roll with them.
No, still go. All right.
Yeah,
I like that.
Yeah, you love putting in a little win for the North Melbourne boys wherever you can, can't you?
No, I just like to. I think that report is the dumbest thing I've ever seen.
It is the dumbest thing I've seen. Yeah,
like. So it's not anyone from TDK's mob or anything like that. It's just some news guy that thought that Tristan Cherry was being too rough with TDK and that Carlton should complain to the AFL that he was being too rough. Last I checked, this is not soccer. Like, that's one of the dumbest things I've heard.
Before you continue on, he did just beat the buzzer. You've got Skits Fits 1 from 1 too.
Yep, I can say that. That's fine. I will 100%. Happy with that.
And that's the third time he's put in the chat in 5 minutes. Go North.
Yep. And he's bang on the money. He's
unbelievable.
So right.
He's been brainwashed.
I got my Winnie Ruse on.
Yes. You won't believe who Ryan's sponsoring this week. I'll bring it up for you later on. Tom de Koning. If you have him, he's done. He's gone. See you later. He's got a punctured lung. He has also got a foot injury that he's had surgery on. If you have him in your team, you are to trade him. And if you don't have him, you're not trading him in. He's done, and he'll be about 600K to start next year, which is probably a little bit too much for someone who's a little bit soft, but also a little bit injury prone. So watch this space for him next year. Sam Walsh, mate, he copped a corky late in the game against North. He'll be right to go this week. He does have a career average of 112, which is nice against Port, but he's got a 3-round average of 86, which is a bit down on his last 10 to 12 weeks.
Yeah, need him to bounce back. After coming off his first 2 games were unbelievable, and then he just went to shit. So he really cock teased us, and now he's crap as. Harry McCoy. I would be surprised if he plays this week, Horse, because he was out. He was out cold. We all knew it. Still kicked a goal. Improved his goal kicking.
He's got to be done.
Yeah, I can't see him playing. Could you? Do you see him playing?
No.
Okay, I'll have to agree with you on that. And Charlie Curnow. Yep, go on.
No, you talk about Charlie Curnow, and then I'll bring up something, mate.
Yep, Charlie Curnow, he averages 93 in his last 3 against Port Adelaide, so he's been very hot. That has been not with Radigalia, Zerk Thatcher, and Alira combo. So, we'll have to see how they kind of line up, especially without Harry there. It's going to be pretty one-dimensional for Charlie. Still don't mind it. This is probably his hardest game on the run home, Horse.
So, Standard Squeeze, thank you for sponsoring us, but you won't believe it. Steve from Stomping Ground in Collingwood. I am on the Stomping Grounds again tonight. we do love it, and thanks for tuning in, mate. Love your work. Thank you very much.
Hey, get a Stomping Ground. You know where it's at. We do the best work we can. Horse, quick one before we go to Port Adelaide. Kizza wants to know, is Orazio Fantasia a buy? Good question, Horse.
Orazio Fantasia is not a buy.
Oh, I love what has started here. Yeah. Let's go to Port Adelaide. Make sure you guys get your tips in for the North Melbourne versus Geelong Cup for the next game. But Port, Horse, what are we liking? What don't we like? Let's talk to me.
I like Zach Butters. I think he's going to bounce back this week. Shit weather last week. Still had 25, 27 touches. Still holds a 5-round average of 121 though. So I'm confident he will bounce back.
Yep. I like that. Just how good his last quarter was the thing that fills me with so much confidence. Though the fact that he can just turn it around in 1 quarter. That's all he really needed. Dan Houston. Oh, Marvel, thank you very much. We know how much halfbackers love Marvel. Just look at what St Kilda do. Look at what Nick Martin does. Look what Daly Bale does. Yes, yes. Win, tick, tick, tick. I like this, but is there a chance Chincotta could go to him? He didn't go to Sheasel last week.
No, I don't think he does.
Chincotta hasn't been tagging as much anymore after he did the job on merit. I reckon if there's anything, then he'll go to Butters.
Oh, I was going to say Horn Francis.
I could,
because you see how Port Adelaide have been when he starts kicking the bucket.
Yeah, you're right. Shithouse, and I do like that. That's funny.
It is.
That's
funny.
a good shout by you, actually.
Ex-North Melbourne legend. Connor Rosé, 5 tons in a row, and he's back into the mid 550s. Deadly. Yes, I messed up calling him a dud. He's not a dud. Watch to see whether that hip injury affects him this week or not, because we've seen Port Adelaide and how ordinary they are with reporting on injuries. So, yeah, we'll have to see on that one. And your man, Pickles, the North Melbourne legend, if you still have him, sell him. He has looked incredibly frustrated over the past couple of weeks, and he is not one iota in any way, shape, or form, any part of your midfield if you have got anything to do with finals this year. And what's this bloke doing?
He's doing an absolute zinger with what he's doing. Thank you for the fiver.
Yeah,
man.
Pickles is the kind of bloke to open a packet of chips with scissors.
I'll tell you what.
Pickles would be the type of bloke that would eat a pizza just to piss me off with a knife and fork.
Oh yeah, or he wouldn't cut it with the pizza cutter. He'd just pick it up and try and eat like the crust first, and then just eat the whole thing. But no, knife and fork's actually heaps worse. I hate that actually. With the fact he'd also call it palmy, and I'm not happy about that either.
Oh, he's one of those guys, is he?
I bet you he is. But Brano, thank you very much for the 5.
Yeah, do you reckon he'd be the type of bloke that if he's drinking a pot at the pub and he'd always leave about that much beer in the bottom of his pot?
I reckon he's the type of bloke as well. If they pour like too much head, he'll go back and ask for another one.
You're
the
right.
Worst kind.
Or if he was the pouring the beers, it would be this much beer and that much head.
Oh, can't be having that. That's too much. That's too much on the angle. That's no angle. That's just a goddamn disgrace.
Pickles is the kind of bloke that gets a hamburger but eats it deconstructed.
Oh my God. I'll tell you a quick one. I had a friend that was celiac, so she couldn't eat the bun or anything like that. So when she'd go to Macca's, she had to ask for a cheeseburger, which was literally just the patty and a pickle and a bit of onion.
Poor girl.
That's what Pickles would do.
Pickles is the type of bloke to go to the pub and get bangers and mash with no gravy.
That's un-Australian. That'd be a disgrace, Horse. I don't like that.
And he's that guy. I can't say it out loud, playing Dons. We'll get cancelled.
Well, I laughed at it because I was like, "Oh, I can't say, I can't do that." Right.
Thank you for your generosity, Brano. We really do appreciate it, mate.
Absolutely love that. So we'll go to the next game, Horse, where we got the North Melbourne Kangaroos versus Geelong. It is in Blundstone, though, Horse. So down in Tassie. So
North Melbourne love playing in Tassie.
Maybe we'll have to wait and see. Yeah, we haven't liked playing anywhere for a while, but we'll definitely take that. So down in Tassie, we've had a couple of guesses for the Cup, Horse, and I would like to see.
Bang on from what I've seen.
I have seen a few go in there. So Jasper, it's not quite the Sean Higgins Cup. Corey, it's not the Robbie Scott Cup. I have gone with the man that is with the clue was he now is on a show on Fox Footy. That's the Bounce Premiership, North Melbourne Premiership winner, Cam Mooney Cup. Beautiful. Kizza, bang on the money. We got a couple of boys here getting it all right. Skitty as well, getting it right. Horse.
Mate, just quickly before we get into the players, Deadly's right. Brano does have a Dry July campaign running.
Yes.
So we will find the link before the end of the show and we'll put it in our comments, or we'll slap it up on our Discord. If you wish to donate towards a very good cause, please hit the link and donate away. I'm sure he would, as well as us, we would appreciate it.
Absolutely, we would.
LDU, mate. He would have scored 110 last week if not for that late 50-metre penalty that resulted in a goal to Sard.
Yep.
But Dangerfield versus LDU on a small Tassie ground, that just screams,
It does if the weather is not going to be shit. If we get rain, wet weather, like wet ground, then oh God, that's going to be bad.
Is Bloodstone in Hobart, or is that in
Yeah,
Launceston?
it's Hobart. Launceston is UTAS.
Okay.
But here's the thing, Horse, which I find interesting. Last week, Geelong versus Western Bulldogs, that was wet weather footy. Geelong hated it. Does North have a chance?
Yes,
If it
I think they do.
If it is wet, it's down in Tassie. Hopefully no Hawkins.
Have a listen to this for a report too. Saturday, the 27th of July, which is when they play. High chance of showers with possible hail.
Yeah. Oh, Jesus.
Snow falling above 600 meters, which isn't that fucking high. Winds northwesterly 30 to 45 kilometers an hour, decreasing to 25 kilometers an hour at around lunchtime. They expect, game time. So what's that? 1:30 to be in between 8 and 10 degrees.
Oh, wow. Well, that sucks. We'll not be liking that one, but that's all right. Horse also deadly said the link for Braino's thingo is in your DMs.
Beautiful.
Tristan Cherry, look, I like this for a sneaky VC option if you have him, because we know that Geelong do give up the second most amount of Supercoach points to Ruckman, just behind West Coast in Bailey Williams. And that's especially with since SDK has gone into the ruck as well. So I like that. Jai Simkin, Wardlaw back. It's probably going to hurt him a little bit, but Jai has been known to be able to go into the midfield because they like that captaincy and leadership to try and steer the younger guys a little bit straight. So I don't mind Jai as well, but there can be probably others. Colby McKercher, Horse. You're still liking what Colby's providing?
Definitely. Yep. I think 79.94 the last couple of weeks, but I think a nice little hundred's on the way. So if you've still got him, is that good M9 D7 cover? But she's got
after that. Not after that weather report you just said, though, for Colby.
I'm probably, after reading that, I'm probably fading anyone in this game for any huge scores. Flagged on. I see you've put in hypothermia here, mate. The Ballarat League last week had a couple of games cancelled due to umpires having hypothermia during the game, mate. So it's very real. She's got last week 35 touches, 2 goals, 138 Supercoach points. If Atkins comes back, does he go to Sheasel, or is he not the type of player?
I actually don't know, because North players haven't really got tagged that much in fairness. But I think the one game that Sheasel did get tagged, he still had 29 disposals and kicked a goal. So he's obviously doing some stuff right, of course.
Yep. Give me your stat on Harry Sheasel as well. I really like this one.
Oh, yeah. So if Harry Sheasel is to win North Melbourne's best and fairest this year, which could be pretty possible depending on how LDU probably polls, Harry Sheasel could be the first player since 1937 where a Collingwood player won it. He could be the first player since 1937 to win 2 best and fairest under the age of 20 years old.
Really?
Unbelievable.
Wow.
The Shees is just that good.
That's bloody insane.
Bloody Horse, get your tips in. Everyone get your tips in for the Gold Coast versus Brisbane game coming up. But you talk to me about Geelong.
I was going to say, you do that while I get this link sorted for the chat, mate.
Lovely. I will definitely do that. Geelong, Max Holmes, 72 last week, did not play well in the wet weather. And if we get another game of wet weather down in Tassie, then I do not like Max Holmes for this week either. Humphreys, he was pretty much the same. He relies a lot on his kicking efficiency and how good he is with ball in hand. So last week he was down game, and that was, I'm putting it to the wet weather footy. One guy that I do not care if it's wet weather, dry weather, fair weather, hail weather, doesn't matter what weather. Tom Stewart is just going to Tom Stewart. And I am loving what he's bringing from being in the midfield.
He's pretty good, isn't he?
4 tons from his last 5 games in the midfield. He's got a cheap D6 option. I absolutely love what he is doing. 3-round average of 109, which is bloody beautiful, Horse. Jezza, absolutely all over, dominated by Rory Lobb last week, Horse. And 6 touches ain't going to get it done. We could sit here and we could make excuses and say, hey, it was the weather. No, it was not the weather. It was just Roy Lobb giving him a bath.
It took something like 11 marks, though.
Yeah, he had, what was it? 14 intercept disposals Roy Lobb had last week.
It's amazing. I'll double check that because I don't want to sound like I'm talking shit. He had 9 marks last week. Yeah, and 21 touches.
I don't know who's going to go to Jezza. I'd like Corey and I'd like Corey and Jasper's thoughts on who they think will go to Jezza, because now that Chom's moved forward, would it be Griffin Logue? I think that kind of could maybe work. Would it be Aiden Corey? I think he's too big for him. Yeah, so I'll have to wait and see on that one there, Horse. But Jezza does like playing North Melbourne. That is for bloody certain, I'll tell you that.
Yeah. Before we get into Sam DeConing, the hint, I'm going to shout out an extra little hint for this next game.
Oh, okay.
This is the hint where this person who played for both Gold Coast and Brisbane was not born in Australia.
Oh, okay. Good on you. Good on you, Horse.
Sam DeConing, mate. So 4 games with 20 or more disposals in a row. And then last week, he didn't get it, but he had 19 touches. So since moving into the ruck 5 weeks ago, he's been fairly consistent, not with rucks and hit-outs and that sort of stuff, but his follow-up work around the ground's been really good. I still don't mind him as a D6 option.
Yep. Yeah, absolutely. I still can't make any more trades, but I still don't mind it. I reckon he's just racking them up. This is probably going to be a rougher week for STK coming up against Tristan Sherry, but we'll wait and see how that plays out. But yeah, I think that's pretty rough to be going up against Big X in this game, Horse. North by 15.
Boom. And if it's that wet, it's going to be like 50 to 35 then.
Winnie Roos, baby.
Yeah, the Winnie Roos. All right. Our next game, mate, Gold Coast versus Brisbane, Saturday afternoon at People First Stadium on the Gold Coast, where the Gold Coast Suns have not lost this year, but cannot seem to win away from home. Since I've dropped that hint, it sounds like people are nailing it.
Yeah, people are nailing it, mate.
This bloke wasn't born in Ireland. I've been fact-checked, and I'm wrong.
Yep. Yeah, you are wrong, actually. He was born in England, actually, which I had to fact-check, is not Ireland.
Yeah. Turns out they're still shit at cricket. Go the Aussies!
Oh, baseball. Oh, look at that baseball.
But, mate, look at this. Noah Anderson averages under 80 away from home at People First Stadium on the Gold Coast. He averages 133 points per game.
Yep.
That's insane.
It's amazing, isn't it? It's amazing, isn't it?
Mm.
I mean, look, if Noah could play People First Stadium every single game, then we'd be absolutely laughing on it. But unfortunately, that is not the case. So I can't completely get around it. Ned Moyle, he's been good, but I think Witts may be back this game. Correct?
Yep. Yeah, I believe so. Yep.
Cool. That's what I'm getting to. The Diddley Horse, we're going to have to check it. Is he still tunning?
Yes.
He is too. Yep, you're right. Another ton for Flanders. I don't think anything's going to change. It's going to be another ton for our man, the Diddley. Look, Dimmer's called this in the preseason, Horse, so I love it. Yep, he's the number 1 forward in Supercoach. Just keeps on keeping on. And how about our man, who was our man, who's now a pain in our ass?
How many Matt Rows does he get?
Matt Rowell.
Get that garbage out of here!
If he has a stinker, I am telling you right now, Horse, I will not duplicate his name. He will be one name.
He will only be Matt Row.
Matt Rowell. He will only be one.
Wow.
I'm not fucking spiders here, Matt Rowell. You better pull your finger out.
The ultimate insult. You might even be front runner for Cone of the Week. Away you going, mate. For Brisbane, Lachie Neale, quite weak last week with 18 touches, mate, 78 Supercoach points. You would imagine it will be a Rao tag or a Graham tag this week, but he scored 168 last time against the Gold Coast.
Yep. Which do you remember this game, Horse? Because there was an absolute feasting time by the Lions players. Also, get your tips in for the St Kilda versus Essendon game. I noticed there is a couple of blokes that have got every single one of them right at the moment. So Neil took the absolute piss, but also so did Josh Dunkley. Also, too, so did Dane Zorko. Dunks, he had, 160 odd as well that last game. We also had Lockie Neal, who had 168 the last time against the Gold Coast Suns. Yeah. Brisbane, Zorko, he had like 150 odd or something like that. They all took the piss. So I'll tell you what, though, Horse. I know that the Suns haven't lost all year at People First Stadium, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying it right now. I don't care that Brisbane have pretty much their whole back line out. I don't think the Suns are going to be able to get it down there as much as they need. Brisbane win.
Yeah. I think they do too.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
We'll be quick with these other three. Josh Dunkley, he was down last week, but he's probably going to go large again against Gold Coast. They seem to be just running out of steam at the moment. Joe Danaher, too inconsistent. Not worrying about him. Dane Zorko, he was back with a bang last week, 129 from 29 touches. Hopefully this is the start of a good run for the run home for him. And you know what? Jasper reckons that Matt Rowell will be down to just Matt by season's end from you. And Deadly reckons he's down to M with the way he's playing.
Shit, he's going that badly. There is a bloody good chance of that. I'll tell you that much.
Saturday afternoon, mate, St Kilda versus Essendon, 4:30 p.m. weather. It is at Marvel Stadium. I'm with you, Deadly. I don't like that this bloke was captain for us. Actually, I played a bit of cricket with this guy as a junior growing up. And quick story, and we're diverting away from footy, but we were playing Country Week. So we're playing for Gippsland in Country Week. And he scored 4 tons. I think it was 4 tons out of 5 games. And he kept, but he only kept after he opened the bowling. Like he was just phenomenal at everything.
Yeah, right.
So he was opening the bowling from one end. Peter Siddle was opening the bowling from the other end. So Peter Siddle's from Morwell. This bloke's from Traralgon. And yeah, they were just phenomenal. And I batted at 7 and did fuck all. Didn't bowl.
Yeah, right.
Barely got a hit.
Didn't need to.
You know what? Didn't need to. But when it comes to good blokes, this bloke doesn't exactly make the list. But anyway, I'll let you go with who it is, mate.
So, Deadly, I'm sorry, mate. It is not the Jay Carlisle Cup. It is Ian Johnson on the money with it. Brendan Goddard and also Skitsy, who is currently has not missed one yet, Horse.
Really?
We could be
He's not
on
just
one
good
here.
at Supercoach. He's good at this too.
He could be on one here. Horse. Do you want to read out what? Oh, I'll obviously have to read out for St Kilda now, won't I? Because you're going to want to read out Essendon. Rowan Marshall, historically hard team to score against, obviously, Essendon this year. He only averages 68 against Essendon in the last 3 games, which I am finding very annoying at the moment. Horse, do not like that at all. Nasiah Wanganeen-Millera, the Wang. Marvel, happy days. We like Nasiah Wanganeen-Millera when he's at Marvel. Continues to get it done. That's all right, though. Ball barely went down there last week, so I'm not worrying about that at all. My man, Jack Sinclair, though, Horse, he's been absolutely fantastic since he's moved back to the halfback flank. That was all the things that we needed to be able to see, and now we're seeing it. He's got an average of 123 since he moved to the halfback flank, Horse. Love that. Unfortunately, though, he doesn't go that well against the Don, so I'm not putting the C on him. Talk to me about the Bombers, because I know that this is going to be just all about it. I just quickly have to say this, Horse, though.
Yeah.
I have to quickly say this. This is a must win for the Bombers, right?
100%.
You guys have 10.5 wins. You probably need, let's say 13 to make finals.
Yep.
And you currently got the Saints, you've got the Dockers, you've got the Lions, you've got the Swans, and you've got, I think, the Suns away from home. So you've got
Suns
the Suns
at home.
Yeah, down here in Marvel. Sorry, I was speaking from their way. This is a game that you have to win.
Yep.
So tell me, how are they going to win?
Brad Scott.
Brad Scott. Okay.
I'm looking you in the eye. That's our coach, isn't it? It's not Chris.
No, it's Brad.
I'm looking you in the eye. Stop fucking around with our team. Leave players in their position. Let them get consistency. Let them get chemistry. Don't fucking bring straight Jake Stringer up onto the ball. Let the on-ballers play on ball. Your forwards play forward. Ben Mackay, he does not fucking kick the ball. He can handball it backwards for all I care. Jake Kelly is not a half forward. He's a lockdown defender. Keep him there. Mason Redmond, Andrew McGrath, Ridley, Nick Martin. They can kick the ball okay. Even though Nick Martin's not great by foot, just let them use the ball. McKay, Laverde, whoever the fuck our bigs are, don't use the ball. In fact, you know what? Just pass it off to them. Don't even handball it. I don't give a fuck. This week we are going to win, but it's not because of your fucking shithousery, Brad Scott, in trying to fuck shit around and trying to make things happen that aren't there. Just keep things consistent. You kept it the same for 11 games at the start of the year and we're sitting second. You start changing shit around and then we fall to shit. Be less shit. Be better. Buy Skiddy's merch. Anyway.
Yep. Definitely.
So, Nick, he better fucking listen to me too.
Wait, Horse, quickly, get your tips in for the Ds in the GWS game as well for after this one.
Yep. Nick Martin, 90 Supercoach points last week against Adelaide, 22 touches, 6 tackles in that game. He's still a really good option to have as your D7 M9 because even this week, he scored 136 last time he played against the Saints. He could be just that big this week. Jordan Ridley, his last 3 weeks, mate, 129, 127, 102. The last 3 games before that, he had an average of 83. So just be cautious if you decide to go that way. Jai Caldwell, he's got a 5-round average of 117, 570K now. He's comfortably a top forward option this year. He's been cleared of HIA. He will play this week. If Parrish plays, that's fine. He's still averaging 100 with Parrish in the team. Zach Merritt, 30 touches, 108 Supercoach points last week. You saw, I saw, we all saw how pissed off he was in last week's presser.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely. Like, you love to see that kind of, you love to see that fire from Zach Merritt.
This week is going to be the week that he just fucking blows it apart. You know what? I'm changing my squeeze of the week. I saw the way that he reacted last week. You can imagine what he would be like this week. 160, Zach Merritt.
Yep. No Marcus Windhager either. I love that call from you, Horse. Exactly. Well, didn't he shut him down last time they played?
No, we still won.
Just.
You know that really good bloke, Jake Stringer, that kicked the goal from outside 50?
That absolute piece of shit.
Yeah, that guy. So, mate, what's our next game?
It looks like, it is the Melbourne and GWS game, Horse. So I guess we know what's going on here.
We do. It's Ryan from Astute Newstead.
Yeah.
Your rate's above 6.2%. Want to buy a home? Maybe you want to refinance or renovate. Or maybe you just want to save money like the rest of us. Then reach out to Ryan at Astute Newstead for an obligation and cost-free inquiry. His link tree is in the description below. Tree's in the chat.
Tree's in chat.
And use the code INSIGHT and tell him the boys sent you. So I'm currently going through him at the moment. And I'm looking to...
He's a lucky man.
Redo the mortgage. And within 24 hours, he's had answers for me. He's been sending out sums. Like he's phenomenal.
He's great.
I have done next to fuck all. He's done all the legwork. So if you want someone that knows what they're doing, they're good at what they do, I'm getting a massive interest rate. Like it's much better than what I'm on at the moment. Go and see him. Do yourself a favor and save some money. Money's hard at the moment. Times are tough. If you need to save $100 a week on your bloody home loan, he's the man for you.
I could not agree more there, Horse. And Kizza is very much liking the nice Winnie Blue background Hamo's got in his ad, which is fantastic. Horse, the cup.
So this guy, I do remember him because I did have him in my Supercoach team once upon a time when he played at, I reckon he was at Melbourne. Like he got injured. He got traded to Melbourne. He was a cheap option. I reckon he played a bit early on and made me some coin.
Yep. Okay. This was the clue where it was may have had a little bit of a rumored to have a thing with Angry Dad's daughter. And I'll tell you, lads, it's not Tom Scully. I'm sorry, Skitsy. It's ended here. It's not Tom Scully.
No.
Corey, it's not Jimmy Mack. And Deadly, I know you were pissed off before because you were saying, I was going to say Tom Scully. Well, you would have been wrong anyway because it's also not Dom Tyson, but it is actually Thomas Bugg. And if you guys did not know this, I don't know if Angry Doug's daughter was just of age or around the mark of just being 18, but Buggy used to comment on every single one of her Instagram posts while being a mate with her older brother, and it was just peak comedy because everyone in the chat used to just call him out for trying to hit on his friend's younger sister. Peak comedy, and he was a pig.
Are we really? If Max Gawn comes back, he's going to reward those that have held on to him because he's going to score more than Kruger regardless. But sail him out. Rivers off half back. Clayton Oliver.
Mm-hmm.
We'll see you in 2025, mate. Stephen May.
Yep.
Is there really anyone that we're looking at here? Maybe for those that held on to Kynan Brown, we may see him in after his monster game in the VFL last week.
Yeah, it still doesn't even really bother me that much then either, Horse. I mean, he might be able to get us a couple of scores here and there, but I'm not expecting massive scores from him. I mean, he had 24 tackles last week in the VFL, which is awesome. But Gawn's pretty much the only one. If he comes back to the right one, Clary's a no, Salem shit. Rivers, I mean, if you have Rivers, I'd still probably feel okay with having him. But I just can't. Horse, the rest and the D's, I just don't see how. I mean, they beat Essendon, but they looked horrible last week without Gawn against Freo. They were absolute nothing there.
This one. Of course, he's going to score more than Kruger. He's injured this week. You're absolutely right, Jasper. I need to be better. I meant Pete Kruger. He's still going to score more than him anyway.
Yeah, true. I can't really get around much for the D's, unfortunately, Horse. But for the best media team in the league, the GWS Giants. Did you see what they tried to get from the AFL and the AFL knocked them back?
No.
So the Giants have put forth the paperwork to try and, even if every other team doesn't want to do it, they just want to do it themselves. They want the numbers on the back. The names on the back of their jerseys.
Oh yeah, I did see that. Yeah,
for identity recognition, especially for the AFLW girls, and then also for the guys as well. So they're like combined as a team. I thought that was an awesome idea. Why did AFL say no to that?
Because it would give an unfair advantage to the likes of Kelly Underwood that were commentating.
Good horse.
Thank you.
Good horse. Brilliant. That is brilliant.
Thank you.
Oh,
Thank you.
That's good.
So
all right.
I'm going to give me one of those.
About the Giants.
Toby Green, 154 Supercoach points last week.
Sorry, Horse.
56.
You gotta give him that huck too and spit on that thing. You get me?
Unfortunately, he's not a top six forward when we're talking consistency, but he can bang out those mega scores. Winnie Blues, Lockie Whitfield, who is proudly sponsored by Ryan from Astute Newstead.
Damn straight.
40 touches last week. 117 Supercoach points per game since the GWS bye. Did you know he's only been under 100 once in the last 11 games?
I did because you text me every single day just being like, oh, guess what? Guess how good Winnie Blues did.
Yeah.
We'll give us right again.
Mate, if Maxi Gawn's not at 100% and Briggs starts to take over, is there a chance that Tom Green could be a sneaky VCC option with his ability to get centre clearances, get a heap of the pill?
If Max Gawn is not playing, my C will be on Tom Green. Guarantee you that. VC Tom Green, C Nick Dacos.
Ooh, I like it.
Mm-hmm.
What about Kieran Briggs? Like just no?
No. He's had a couple of better games, but he was shithouse for a long period of time, which I'm not having a bar of. Get you guys tips in for the Fremantle Dockers versus the West Coast Eagles there, boys. Keep on going, finish well from, carry on from last week for the week going ahead. We love to see that. So I know the Eagles have played well in the Derby previously, Horse. They won earlier this year. They beat Freo.
Mhm.
I've got literally zero faith in the Eagles winning this game. I think Freo are going to be all over them.
Yep.
They looked horrible last week. Like, they didn't even look like a football team last week.
Nope.
But I know they get players back.
Yep.
So
I don't have much more to say. I think it's going to be an absolute pizzling, mate. When we're talking cups, is there many players that have played for both?
actually, there's just no many big names. There's about, I think it's about 10 or 11 that have actually played for both the Eagles and Freo.
Anyone relevant apart from the one we've chosen?
Yeah, Dale Kickett.
Did he play West Coast? Did he?
I think so. I think I remember seeing his name there.
Yeah. Okay.
I believe.
Because I remember him punching on for Freo against West Coast.
Yeah, that is true. Yeah, I think he was there. Huey Dixon, which is what a couple of blokes have said. But no, it is the clue of I hate my new job or whatever the hell I said, get me out of here. And yeah, it's the new Eagles coach. It's Jared Schofield, unfortunately. Yeah. Poor bastard.
Let's
Horse.
go. Sorry.
Sorry, I just need a second to vent, okay? Because just when you think the Western Australian newspaper can't get any dumber, right? Did you see what they put in there? They said they've missed out on Dean Cox, they've missed out on Josh Carr, right? So they go, should the Eagles look to do a Ted Lasso style coaching job? Ted Lasso is a TV show for one, right? They put the name Justin Langer out there to be the next coach of the West Coast Eagles.
What?
Are they dumb? Are we going to literally have a generational talent in Harley Reid getting coached by a guy that's never played a game of football? An Australian cricket legend, yes. But a football player, no.
He will not coach West Coast.
I love
West Coast players. They'll be running out the race and they'll have pads on. They'll have helmets on. It'll be no good. Nah. But anyway, for Freo, Luke Jackson scored 96 last week, 13 hitouts, 13 touches. The ball did live in their forward line, though, which I anticipate will happen again this week. Jordan Clark, the first member of our CKC club, consistent as always. Really like his run and carry. Only scored 100 once or under 100 once, sorry, in his last 9 games. 116 last week. How's this, though, mate? After the banging start that Luke Ryan made this year, another sub 100 score from Ryan last week. Did you know that he's only gone over 100 once in the past 6 weeks?
Yeah, and it's almost like as soon as Alex Pearce went down, someone said, I think Ryan is going to go down and be not as good as everyone has because he needs Alex Pearce to play that defensive role. Yep. Look, what's the horse? So that's how we do it. But Hayden Young, he's been fantastic. He's a lot like Nick Martin from Essendon. Love what he's been doing. Can pump out 120s premiums, and he's looking a lot better now that Fifey isn't spending as much time in the midfield. Yep. And then our man, Caleb Sarong, Horse, he's just been unbelievable. Last week, 140 Supercoach points. Bang, 36 disposals. Bang, and a goal. Bang. Great option. He has won a few of these Doig medals as well, so he could dominate.
Yeah. Doig. Speaking of Doig and another cool name, the first player for West Coast who should be back this week is Elliot. He's been very solid this year and probably the best Supercoach player that West Coast has had this year. Hopefully, if he's back this week, he can hold out for another 4 weeks for us, and that'll be job done for you, young man. Yeah. Harley Reid, I want to bring him up because he's been down on form of late. He has a 5-round average of 74 that would indicate he is not a top 6 option to finish off our forward lines, which means we're selling him.
Okay. Yep.
I don't think he can be in your forward line and you win a competition this year.
Yep. I can definitely agree with you on that. I'm hoping that he gets a lot lower scores and then we can get him cheap next year, which would be great.
Yeah.
Because
when he's
going
at
to be such a pig.
Yeah.
please. North. Liam Duggan. He missed last week due to concussion, but he will be back. We'll love to definitely see that. Also too, get your tips in for the Pies and the Tigs game, obviously, Horse. And then our man Puddin. Obviously Duggan. Hopefully he's back this week and no concussion.
Duggan!
That's good. Duggan. And then Puddin McGovern. He is rested last week, obviously after the knock the week before. Should be ready for the Derby, which is a pretty good turnaround in fairness for Puddin. Big ins back for them. W Train, Puddin, Duggan. Do you give him a chance at all?
Duggan's already been ruled out.
Oh, has he?
He's still not out of protocols yet.
Oh,
but I think if Waterman, McGovern, and Yo return, you will see a much improved West Coast lineup. But I still think Freo by 7 goals.
Yep, fair enough. So, without Duggan, did I want to, did I know he was out, or did I just want to do the bit? You guys will never know.
Are you talking about Duggan?
Yeah, that guy, Liam.
Okay.
Duggan.
Collingwood.
The Pliers.
Yeah. Collingwood versus Richmond, Saturday afternoon, 1:10 p.m. at the Melbourne Cricket Ground.
Yep.
This bloke is fairly well known.
Mm-hmm.
Can kick a goal.
Yep.
Has been known to lip off from time to time.
Oh, boy.
I have actually heard him drop the F-bomb on live TV during a grand final before.
Oh, I have too, actually, Horse.
Yeah.
But of all the clues I could have given, I went with the one that made him look like as good of a footballer as he was. And averaging 5 goals a game in a season is a bloody good effort from our man, Brian Taylor, BT. He once kicked 100 goals in a season from playing 20 games. So averaged 5 per game. Pretty bloody good effort there for Brian.
Yeah. Jasper's spot on, though. We may as well skip this game, the amount of Supercoach relevancy that's in here.
Yep. Yeah, bang on the money. Nick Dacos. He will probably go really, really well. Richmond give up the most Supercoach points to midfielders. Can definitely see Dacos going off the chain. They don't have a tagger. This could be an absolute bath that Dacos gives them. Hopefully the weather's not too bad at the G on Sunday.
Yeah.
Couldn't give a stuff about the rest of Collingwood. None other Supercoach relevant.
No.
If you have Darcy Cameron, it's a good week for if you have Darcy Cameron.
Oh, yes. Yeah, he might be a good one for your multis with disposals. I reckon you'll get a lot of follow-up disposals out of the ruck because there was something that Richmond put out today that Nank's out, the other Naismith's out, Samson Ryan's struggling with an ankle. Like it may literally be Ben Miller and Noah Bolter.
Wow. Yep. I'd feel pretty comfortable actually if I had Noah Bolter in there, but that's Collingwood done. Anything that you like for Richmond?
No.
Perfect.
Oh, Tim Taranto's back next week. Yeah. Tim Taranto's back, so he might be nice for disposals.
Without Nank, couldn't give a stuff. Could not care less.
Is
you
there
know how many
Richmond
disposals
players?
that Nank... Sorry?
Any Richmond players that you like?
No.
Okay.
Taranto gets so many disposals from Nank because he's such a good ruckman. So without him, couldn't give a stuff.
Sydney versus Western Bulldogs. We are going to move on. Sunday afternoon, 3:20 at the SCG. This bloke got into a bit of trouble once upon a time, didn't he?
He did, Horse. This is, he did get into a bit of trouble at some time, but also too, shout out to him because he is a friend, and I went to school with his now wife, and she is an absolute gem. So I say this guy is an absolute legend. The boys are on the money. It is the Michael Talia Cup, and yes, he never convicted, but there was some rumours that he was leaking the Bulldogs game plan to his brother at Adelaide before the elimination final.
This is the one where he got slightly less of a ban than Julian Assange did many years ago. But anyway, for Sydney, the Bleached Man, our man, Bleached Earth, is in the chat. Hello, Mr. and Mrs. Bleached. Chadley Warner. Sydney need a big game out of him this week. forward of centre, especially with Tom Papley out. I feel like he's going to spend a lot of time forward now. He does have an uncanny ability to break the game open with his flair. He's got a 3-round average of 107. What I really like, mate, is that he was petering on the edge of mid-forward status for DPP in round 17. The fact that Papley's out, I feel like he's going to spend a lot of time forward now. This is going to give us that mid-forward eligibility for next year.
This is our Josh Dunkley from last year. This is going to be very, very nice.
Pretty much,
I'm with you on that. Isaac Heaney, he would be back this week, which would be, he was back last week, but still should be a top 2 forward in Supercoach. So we'll have to wait and see how he can bounce back. He was a little bit low last week, which has been annoying, but that's all right. Errol, he's just been on.
Errol.
Oh, he's been on fire. He's been so good. I think he takes a lot of the votes that Heaney was expected to get, especially late. He's been so bloody good. He has a 5-round average of 116. Scored 131 the last time he played the Dogs at Marvel as well, Horse. Grundy, last week was interesting and not great. Do you see a bounce back here against Tingles?
I don't.
You don't?
Nope. Do you know why?
Why?
His last 3 against Tim English.
Yeah.
Averages 75.
Ooh, but was that as a number 1? Was that with Max Gawn in the team, or is this as a number 1 guy?
Without Max Gawn, and then also at Collingwood.
Oh, now that's naughty. Don't like that. Well, let's hope that he can bounce back. But then again, Horse, that's before Tim English has decided that he's obviously going to West Coast because he doesn't play a good game in Melbourne, except for last week. Played well last week, didn't he? In Geelong. So, but that's an easy one. So we'll see how Grundy goes here. Anyone else that you like for Swans?
Nah, Nick Blakey's good, but not Supercoach relevant. Makes too many turnovers, seem to be consistently big.
Yeah, I can. They're going to have to make a few changes this week, so it's going to be interesting to see who they bring in for their.
Well, Callum Mills will come back. He was rested last week.
Yep. So that's one. But what is Hayward playing?
He's a chance.
Blakey was also injured. Papley's obviously out, and Rowbottom might come back in.
Yeah, they've got depth there. They're lucky.
Oh, bloody hope they've got depth, but still, that's all right. Dogs.
Daily Bale.
Daily
5-round average of 103. He's been awesome for us this year. Yep. And guess what?
What's that?
Are they? No, they're not back at Marvel this week, but he's got 3 of his last 5 games at Marvel. So away at the SCG and then Marvel, away Marvel to finish the year. So looks good.
Yeah, that is nice. We love him at Marvel. We know that's his favourite.
Yeah.
Love that. Marcus Bontempelli, just superstar. I hope he wins the Brownlow this year. I love him so much. And it's all me. Pass 3 against Sydney averages 124.6. So, yeah, it could be. I think there's better captains and VCs options this week, though, Horse. Tingles, much better last week against the Cats. In DeConing, they do give up the second most Supercoach points to Rucks, 139. So that is good. Let's hope that he can push along against Grundy this week, Horse. Anyone else for the doggies that's tickling your fancy? Maybe the redhead?
Yep, Ed Richards. I think he's going to be a point of difference. After scores of 86 and 83 in his previous 2, he went bang last week, 144 Supercoach points. Jeez, he's tempting. Really, really tempting.
Would you, let's say prices were equal, would you feel more confident going with Ed Richards, Source, or Adam Treloar?
I'd go Richards.
Go Richards over Treloar.
Dual position status.
Yep. I do like that.
He's much better by foot.
Yep.
So his disposal efficiency is going to be high. And Western Bulldogs look to get the ball in his hands when he's in midfield because he does use it as well as what he does.
I can see that. I just like Treloar's accumulation and the fact that he can push forward and still be dangerous around there, but that's all right. Get your tips in for the Adelaide and Hawthorn game, lads, the last game of the round. Horse, question for you. Ian Johnson wants to know, is Rory Lobb a buy?
Yes.
Very, very nice there. As we always say. Okay. As we always say, forward Lobb, Oh, no. What is he? Cat dog. Cat dog. He's a pussy
What
up front.
cat
Down back.
dog? Yeah.
Love the cat dog. That was a ripper one there by Kizza. Love that. Yeah, so no, I don't think it's a buy though. But that's okay. Well, Adelaide
Someone's got
Hawthorn
it.
Horse. This is a bloody interesting game, Horse, because Hawks are absolutely flying at the moment. Absolutely flying. But Crom coming off a win against Essendon, they are, getting a little bit of confidence coming up. It's in Adelaide. Where do you go for this game? I think it's going to be a ripper.
This is a genuine 50-50 for me. And I'll tell you why. I think when you're making a stake for Adelaide, the no Jordan Dawson thing really hurts for them. But they've got the likes of Fogarty and they've got Thilthorpe, who are two big, strong marking forwards. I think Thilthorpe looks a lot better than Walker up forward. Mind you, I think Walker's nearly done.
Yeah.
But this is going to really stretch Sicily this week. He had it really, really easy last week against Collingwood. Collingwood didn't have any bigs that are good contested marks. His shoulder looked sore still, but he was able to play behind the ball and just get the pill at will. I think against those two, he has to, man up a little bit and get into some one-on-one contests. And yeah, this is for that reason why I'm not touching James Sicily, no matter how much he can tempt me. The reason for Hawthorn is because Adelaide don't have Jordan Dawson and that they're on some role at the moment. Their small forward line is working really well together.
Geez, they move it so well. They play so well. I'm tipping Hawks in this one, in fairness, even though it's in Adelaide. Dawson, as we said, miss. Zach Taylor's been looking good for a rookie price, 17 touches, good CBAs. I think Crouch Potato hurts him, though, if he comes back in. They did say that Zach Taylor would be more predominantly defense. They just had to send him more midfield because of how many injuries the Crom had last week.
Who's the Cup?
Oh, the Cup. Yep. Sorry, lads. The Cup, it is not the Jarman. It's not the Hardigan. It is who we have already done the Cup for this one before, and Deadly's on the money. It was Sean Wren last time, the big giraffe. So we do out that one. So unlucky, lads, but that's all right. We move on to next week. We'll make it a lot better this week, lads. Though Deadly,
we'll make it easier.
Close. Deadly's so close, 7 of 9, and if he just swapped around the captain for the Essendon game with the clue of who was going up, who was rizzing up Angry Dad's daughter. Oof. Yeah. He messaged me and he goes, I can't find who's been talking to Angry Dad's daughter, but I've learned a shitload about Cam Zurha. So I was like, good mate, but that's obviously not it, but that's all right.
Yeah, get on the draw, Ian. Let's go another draw.
Oh, yeah, you're going on the draw this game.
Yep.
Huge. Dowling's been awesome, 101 Supercoach points. Absolutely loving what he's been doing the last 2 weeks. I think that there's nothing that's going to change for that. I reckon he's a bloody good player too. Rory Laird has a 5-round average of 108 horse, which sounds really good, but he did have a 141 in there against Sydney a month ago, and that was while he was playing half back. Now he's back in the midfield, not scoring as good as we like. And then your man, Horse, the Keyser, Benny Keys. Look, 158 last week. I'm going to say that he was gifted a few of those, but when he moved on the ball, he looked amazing, Horse. Like, he was really, really impactful, influential. I think that if Adelaide didn't have all those injuries, Keys would have just stayed forward. It's not as juicy as we are looking. I know that he has a 3-round average of 124, but he has been inflated by the fact that there has been a couple of injuries and movements. Yes, Dawson down, but if Crouch comes back in, then it's just not enough. But for the lack of forward that we have, who was the guy talking to Angry Dad's daughter? Oh, it was Thomas Bug from Melbourne.
Yep.
Carlton and GWS.
That's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who do you like for Hawks?
Not Ben Keys. I
Blame Ben Mackay for that.
For those of you that bought in Lloyd Meek as a way of generating cash, Lloyd, he's been awesome. Like he's been a top 6 ruckman since his inclusion, and to the point where I think Ned Reeves is on the market now. I think he's done. Lloyd Meek is the genuine number 1 at Hawthorn.
Horse, not just for Supercoach. In real life, bloke is an absolute bull. He is one of the biggest, strongest ruckmen that we have in the league right now.
Yep. He's thick.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Big time.
Spoke about Sicily before.
Yep.
Not touching him at all. Dylan Moore. What was nice for me to see last week, your man, 26 touches last week, but no goals, but still managed to score 106. So we love that. And one of the better half forwards in the comp. This is why we like Dylan Moore, because he doesn't need the goals to score as being that forward. He can accumulate disposals, which we like. Okay, we'll go from my man. Let's go to your man, Horse. Talk to me about him. I think Nonna's. I can hear Nonna in the kitchen. Who's she calling? Massimo D'Ambrosio. Pizza, pasta, wine, driving the Ferrari, really, molto fast, all the way to Nonna's house and sitting down at the dinner table, little bit of vino, little bit of grappa, mix it in together, swirl it around, do this one, swirl it down, and sit down to a little bowl of pasta with the dinner roll. You know what you do? You get a little bit of butter, you put the butter in the dinner roll, you nibble it with the pasta, you sit down, you watch Lazio beat Sampdoria 2-1 in overtime. What extra time, whatever the fuck you call it in soccer, football. Sorry, it's football. That's all. Yeah.
Very nice. Bellissimo.
Yeah, bellissimo.
He's just, look, mate, 2 goals last week. I don't even know what else to say. He's been unbelievable this year. One of the best pickups for any team. I can't believe Essendon didn't try and keep him. He's been awesome. Keep on going there. And Will Day, another week, another ton. He just keeps on turning up. Been fantastic. He's just, he's gotten 8 tons from his last 9 games. He had a 92 2 weeks ago. That's his only blemish. He's been bloody awesome. Still has, he just doesn't look like a footballer though, does he, Will Day?
No.
He looks.
Did you see how he went to that kid in the crowd?
Awesome.
Yeah, the kid in the crowd last week had the give my can I have your boots? And he had the reverse card from Uno in his socks.
Oh, that is
so he had to give him his shoes, and he's sitting there in his bloody socks. That's quality. Yeah, quality banter.
Horse, that's what I'm saying. These Hawthorn bloody media team are bloody coming. They are coming.
I like it. I like it. Ladies and gentlemen, that's going to do us for our games this week. For those of you that are new to us, or for those of you that have been here with us since day one, and we love you for it, we're going to get into our buy, hold, sell, and our watch list. So let's see who we're buying this week.
Target acquired.
Mate.
Yes.
Do you know who I'm buying this week?
Who you buying?
Luke Ryan.
No. Pierce, though.
No.
Okay.
Against West Coast. I think you'll be all right. There was a story that came out today from Longmuir that they're going to look to get the ball in Luke Ryan's hands a little bit more because he's been a little bit down of late. And it's the same as when I heard it about Whitfield. It's the same as when we heard it from Scott about Martin.
Yeah.
It's the same with Clarkson trying to get the ball in Sheasel's hands. We've heard it from McRae about Dacos.
Yeah.
I think he's a buy this week. He's only gone over 100 once in the past 6 weeks, but for those that couldn't afford him early, he's under 550K now. Let's get him.
I don't care. I don't like him without Pierce. That's just me, though, but I can see your reasoning for it, and I like that. My buy is still Sam De Koning, still rucking. I mean, look, it's going to be a tough week against X, but I think I think we can still expect 100 from him. He's learning. He's getting better and better each week. I still like him as that ruck roll. We know where we can get there, especially as such a low-priced defender. Low-priced defender. Yeah, I like that still from Sam De Koning. What about a midfielder? Is there any mids that still tickle your fancy?
Two.
Who we got?
Caleb Sarong. Love
that. Yeah,
He did
I
have
still
a
always
5-round average of 97 and was down to 520K. But that went bang last week and back to 140. He's got a really, really juicy run coming up to finish the year as well.
Yep, I like that. Yep.
The other one, who's a defender in Supercoach, but midfield Tom Stewart, Skiddy.
Yes, sir. We love
Green
midfield Tom
ticks.
Stewart. Yep, love that. He just keeps turning up against North as well. This is going to be a good week for him, I believe. The other buy there is obviously Campbell Chesser from West Coast. We just know that he is always an automatic buy. If you don't have him, you're obviously not playing Supercoach right. Horse, do you want to hold it? Hold.
We're going to start with holding Luke
Campbell
Jackson.
Oh, sorry. Yep, go on.
No, not him. Luke Jackson. 90 points, 13 hitouts and 13 touches last week. The ball did live in their forward line, which I anticipate will happen again against West Coast this week. So he will get plenty of opportunity to score well, mate.
Yep. I love that, mate. I reckon that's probably a good shout. It'd just be a hold this week. As we always have said, Jackson just gets killed by Darcy. And then the hold also is Charlie Curnow. If you brought him in for a reason. It was pretty bloody good last week. And now if you are holding again, under the roof at Marvel again, against Port Adelaide this week, he does score very, very well against Port Adelaide. So, yes, that is also another big tick there for me, Horse.
Yep. Guess what? That's all we've got for our holds this week. We're selling.
Yeah.
This bloke. Zach Fisher.
Yeah. Zachy Fisher, yeah. You've said it. You've called it. You reckon it's time for him to go. I still think it's a good position where he's at, obviously, on the halfback flank for North. But, yeah, Colby McKercher is obviously getting a lot of it. The foot's obviously still bothering. That's why he got subbed out last week.
Last 3 games for Zach Fisher. Subbed off, missed, subbed off.
Yep. Correct.
Coming into Supercoach finals, you cannot have that in your forward line. And if you can upgrade that into a Caldwell, or if you don't have Heaney or Flanders or Dylan Moore, I see them as all much better options than holding on. I even see Curnow as a better option.
Okay. Yep. Okay. I'll back you on that one, Horse. My sell is still Isaac Rankin, just in case you guys have still got him. I've just had enough. You can't keep holding him now anymore. 2 more weeks to go on his suspension. It's just a no-go for Isaac Rankin. And Horse, are you ready to say it's still sell time for Matt Rowell? Yes.
We're getting rid of him. Like he's been absolutely shocking. I've lost all patience with him. Another 51 last week. He has to be playing hurt. He's playing out of position.
I know, but okay. So this is my last chance for him. I will bring him to just a Matt or a Matt Rowell. If he does not perform this week, he has to perform this week. Horse, it's against the crosstown rivals. It's at home. It's got everything ready for it. There's no Took Miller. Also, too, another quick one as well, Horse, stat. Since Took Miller has gone down for the Suns and 2 weeks prior to that, they used to be the hardest team to score Supercoach points against. Since that's happened, they are actually now 10th. So they are actually leaking Supercoach scores from their midfield. Leaking.
Don't like it. And Isaac Rankin, if you've got Isaac Rankin, he's still got 2 weeks left of the suspension. Don't like it. If you've got him, you need to move him on. Unless if you've got your Billy Dowling loop and you can keep looping him in. Ian Johnson, what a sensational human being you are. What a man.
That's what we love. Appreciate you very much, my man. That will be going nicely to a dim sim.
Steamed or fried?
Fried. Don't get me started on this bullshit again, Horse. It's fried. It's always fried.
But you can't go past a good
steamed. Let's carry on. We're not going to get into this conversation again. That went for 5 minutes last time we touched on this.
All right. So you're fried. I'm steamed. And we're getting onto our watch list.
I'm
I'm watching you, Wazowski. Always watching.
Oh, he's done it again. He's given us a horse. Now we can buy a Froppy.
Oh,
Thanks, Ian. I appreciate you, brother.
I love frothies.
Oh, perfect. Thank you so much, Ian. We very much appreciate that. Jasper
Boys from
says
Stomping
he
Ground,
thought it
we'll
would
give you a shout out
gone-
while we're here. Take it around.
Hey, just get him in. Jasper thought it would have gone through his Frothy. Well, now it can because now it's 6. So very much appreciate you, Ian. We love your work, mate, and we love you being part of the community.
He's really active in the Discord. I love the fact that we've got such a good community that throw the banter around. They love it. They're all good people and they look after each other. So
100%.
Yeah.
We've got a great bunch of there.
thank you, Ian. You're a good man.
Watch this.
He's gone again.
Oh, what a man.
One
Bro,
Frothy each.
you're a legend.
Oh.
Appreciate you, Ian. Very much appreciate it, mate.
I think
Thank
he's
you
going to
so
love
much.
the Brownlow special, which is exactly 2 months away
Jesus.
tonight, mate.
Jeez, that's
So,
gonna
and
be,
you probably
that's
missed it,
gonna be
mate,
good.
but we've got a Brownlow special coming up on September the 24th. I'm fairly sure it is, which is Brownlow night. You're going to have Skiddy and I in suits commentating the Brownlow right here on the Inside Fantasy Sports Network. We have got special guests line up. We have got our own awards that we'll be giving out. We've got our Cone of the Year team that will be released, our Captain of the Cone of the Year team, and lots more, mate. So you'll see them go down really, really quickly that night, let me tell you. But
Love that.
our watch list, mate,
Yeah,
Gorn.
absolutely.
I'm watching Gorn. I'm watching Melbourne to see how they go with him back. And if he is really struggling, then it's almost Collingwood line through them. They're done. They can't win the flag.
Yep, I'm right there with you, mate. If they don't win, if they need gone back so bloody badly. If not, then I'm out on the D's for this season. Could we see any potential tag to Lockie Neal this week from the Gold Coast Suns? Normally their tagger is Tuk, but he's out.
I think they have to. I think it's going to be Graham.
Oh, geez, that is tough for Graham if they give him the Lockie Neal matchup.
Mm-hmm.
Oof, Jesus.
I'm still watching Adelaide and how they rotate through, especially with Matt Crouch. That guy, I said I wasn't going to say his name.
Crouch potato, baby. Yes, sir.
Sorry. And I'm really interested in seeing the Jeremy McGovern, Elliot Yeo, Jake Waterman, the W train,
Duggan. Sorry.
and watching them return this week. You will see a
Duggan's
much
not-
improved. Duggan is not playing,
No.
but it will be a much improved team at West Coast. They will get smashed, but it won't be by as much this week.
My quick watch list as well, Horse, is I want to see Essendon pull their fucking finger out and be better because that was crap last week. And I need to see them be better like the finals team that they're meant to be. Put the team right, play them where they need to play. That's what we know. So, Ian, mate, thank you so very, very much, mate. Another 3. Buy a beef.
Buy a
snack
beef,
back
snack
garlic.
Do you know what's good?
I love halal.
Sweet chili.
Thank you so much, Ian. Appreciate you, brother.
Absolutely. Sweet chili and sour cream. Mix it in together, mate.
I agree with you there, but I can't. My dad didn't raise no bitch, so it's just chili instead of sweet chili. But I'm Holy Trinity all day with the cheese. Yep, I slap that bastard on there. Love that stuff.
Wow.
There is,
Good to know
I'll
that.
tell you,
Good to know that your dad didn't raise no bitch, though. That's good to know.
Davo's a good man. He'd be insulted if he thought that he raised a bitch. The lamb on Richmond, on Swan Street in Richmond is elite for HSPs, by the way.
Okay. You know what else
pizza
is
box horse. It's a pizza box.
Really?
Yeah.
We've got to try
good.
that. Mate,
Oh, yeah.
you know what else I like and rate? The work that you put into the captains.
Are you ready, kids?
Aye, aye, Captain!
Yours, brother?
All right. I'll quickly run through these ones. Oh, Ian, thank you so much. He also just gave us toilet paper after the chili. Very much appreciate you again, Ian. Thank you very much, brother.
He's
Very,
a fucking
very much
sensational bloke.
You're an absolute
Yeah.
legend. Thank you so much. We love that. We very much appreciate it. And obviously, we love our community so much.
Yes.
Marcus Bontempelli, last 2 against the Swans, 131 and 135, like that. Lockie Neal, 168 in his last game without the Suns. No Took Miller as well. So I feel like that's an even more a chance to be able to slap it on Lockie Neal if need be for late in the fold. Caleb Sarong, Eagles are the second best team to score midfield points against. 140 last week against Melbourne. Love that. The She's God, 159 last time he played against Geelong. Granted, that was off of half back, but North do love playing in Tassie, so can get around a bit of the She's God there. Nick Dacos is where my C is firmly going against the Tigers. Contribute the most Supercoach points to midfielders. No name Curvis. Love this one, Horse. Love Nick Dacos in this one.
Yeah, juicy.
Your man, Zachy Merritt, 131 last time against the Saints in round 3, and he looked pissed last week after that loss to the Crom. I feel like that there is a very good chance that Zach Merritt is going to bounce back and he's going to lead his team from the front. There is probably not there is not a leader in the AFL right now that is better at pulling his side from the ground up than Zach Merritt is for Essendon. And I think that no one, actually, I'm putting my foot down and saying it, there's no one that you can justify to me that is better than that. Zach Merritt does it week by week basis. Josh Dunkley, last 3 games against the Suns. Dunkley's gone 163, 133, 153. He absolutely loves playing against the Suns. So I love that about Dunkley. Ian, thank you so much again, brother. Another 3 bucks on the Crom draw. Very, very much appreciate you, Ian.
I'll match it. I'll put some money on the Crom draw.
Yeah, I'll chuck some coin on that as well, my boys. Because a good one. Good. Kids have just guessed Dunkley after I said that for the squeeze of the week. Zorko in the game earlier in the season, 160 last time against the Suns, but I think I'd prefer Dunkley or Neal in this one rather than Zorko, just because I think the midfield is the way to go. And then Noah Anderson averages 139 at People's First Stadium Horse this season. So they're playing there again, but still no. And Tom Green. I think this is an absolute sneaky as all hell play if Gawn is not able to go. Briggs could really dominate. Harrison, Petty, and who's the other one? They put Disco Turner in there a little bit, and Jacob Van Ruin. So they are the captaincy ones. Tom Green will get my VC, Dacos my C. If not, then I will probably look at Zach Merritt for my VC.
It's news time.
It's time for some news from around the league.
Hey guys, we're talking about our Inside AFL Unlimited League. So our current leader overall is Team Thunderlips. Love that. Coached by Gray, who is currently 29th overall. He is within reach of top spot.
Good.
Get around the man. Highest score in the league for round 19 went to TJ's Thunder, coached by Tom, with a massive 2,617, which was good for 17th overall last week. Nice. We have 5 teams still in our Unlimited League inside the top 100. We also have 27 teams inside our Unlimited League inside the top 1,000. Our Unlimited League, I'm going to bring it up, mate, but I reckon we're in the top 20 for leagues in Australia.
Damn, how good's that?
Yeah. Just, you'll have to stand by 1 second, sorry, because I'm just going to fact check myself. So
that's right. You don't even have to fact check. Why do we let facts get in the way of a good story, Horse?
Our league ranking is 18 in Australia.
Yep. Deadly's already got it to you.
There we go. So we're doing pretty well, mate. And that'll be running again next year. So we want to try and make that as big and as valuable as we can. Mate.
Yes, we can have a lead. Yep.
Punters Club.
Here comes the money.
Here we go. Money talk.
Here comes the money.
What do you got for a Punters Club this week, mate?
No, mate. This is all you, brother. Horse has gone out and done some stats, and he's gone out to be able to try and find a little bit of extra work to be able to see if we can get a cheeky little bet going on here.
Well, you've heard it here first. It'll be a deep dive with the horse. We went a little bit extra this evening. Yeah.
Claps in chat to the horse.
Yep. So, did you know 17 of the last 18 teams that have won the AFL Grand Final have been top 3 in point differential of turnovers. So we're talking points scored off turnovers versus points scored against them when they turn the ball over.
Correct.
So after round 11, Sydney were on top. They were plus 261.
Yep.
Geelong were second. Carlton were a fourth. Sorry. Brisbane were mid-pack. And Fremantle were barely in the positives, languishing in the bottom. That's Fremantle, sorry. Languishing almost at the bottom.
Yep.
In 8 rounds, Sydney is still ahead at plus 280. Carlton are next now, only 4 points behind Carlton on plus 276. Brisbane round out the top 3, 201.
Yep.
But Freo have jumped from almost last to fourth. They're plus 181. So I'm telling you right now, if my maths is correct and my deep dive is correct, your AFL grand final winners this year will come from Sydney, Carlton, Brisbane, or Freo.
Okay. Let's slap it on Freo.
Brisbane still paying $9.
Well, I think we can eliminate a couple of teams here. Brizzy can't play at the G. Freo can't play away from home. So it's the Swans or the Baggers. There you go. Bada bing, bada
There
bing.
you go. Yep.
But then again, I'm not jumping on top of your deep dive because I'm not as good as that. Punters Club, that horse.
Yeah, give me some Punters Club, mate.
Well, we just we're gonna have to lock in this week. If you guys would like to join our Punters Club, all you have to do is join our Discord. The link will be in the description. Click on AFL as with the preferred sport of choice, and then under the subsection there is a one called Punters Club. You go in there. Our main man, the Punters Club president, Kizza, our vice president, Deadly. They do a stack of work, put in so much work for the Punters Club and being able to get the best tips out there. We get money doublers. We've got a lot of boys that put in their tips as well that win as well. We get a couple of money doublers, which is a $2 odds that you can just put on to double the money. We have a couple that go through at $5. Kizza does his GAT. Kizza does his dart. There you go. Absolutely beautifully. I think we're going to be able to get a couple already on. Deadly and Kizza are already putting together Luke Ryan's opposition in the West Coast game for the GAT. So I like that call. I like that call. I like the dart for whoever is going to be the ruckman for Richmond. If it's Bolter, love him for 15-20s.
Mm-hmm.
That is nice. That is bloody juicy, actually. I actually really like Noah Bolter.
And as always, we tell you or suggest to you that you bet within your means, regardless if it's $1, $5, whatever it is that you want to bet. There is no judgment ever by anyone. And you always Lockie Bramble responsibly.
Bingo, horse. He's done it. Well done.
And you know what?
Well done, my
Ian Johnson. That's right. We're on the Crom draw for anyone.
Yeah, we're on the Crom draw.
Yep.
I like that.
I guess it's time for some questions, brother.
It's question time. Let's answer your questions for the week ahead.
Well, let's question
Been
it up.
a busy week, mate. Reece Webb, right from the start, our last squeeze of the week winner. Tristan with 199. I nearly choked on whatever it is I had in my mouth. 199 for the big X Spectrum.
Yes, sir. I like that
That's
one.
the case. Probably trade gone into him. Dowling to Sarong. Let's get that top K. Let's do it, mate. He's come back hugely in the last couple of he's done really well.
That's right.
A bit like Corey. Blackledge has fucking come from the stars. Flagged ons, all the best from our community, mate. Hopefully the recovery is going to come along well. Yeah, you've got some work doing in your backyard, don't you? So we might not be able to commentate a game this week, but we will jump on at some stage in the next couple of weeks and commentate a game and try and keep you company where we can, mate.
100%. Absolutely, we can.
Ian Johnson still thinks Amadi's going 170 and kicking 9.
Good one. I like that. I do not say that against the Dogs. Rory Lobb's going to kill him. Rory Lobb is going to kill him.
Yeah. If Amadi kicks 9, I will donate my left testicle to whichever foundation you want me to.
Damn. Now that's a ballsy call, horse.
The missus already has them, so it's not like I'm missing out on anything.
Do you get it? I said, that's a
Yeah, I got
ballsy
it. I got it,
call.
yeah.
Okay.
Kevin!
I just don't think you heard, you know what I mean?
No,
don't
I
think
got you.
heard. Good.
How you doing, mate? Thank you for joining us.
Go, Kev. That's my dog's name.
Marshall, I'm hearing, failed a fitness test. Won't be there this weekend. That's Todd Marshall from Port Adelaide.
Oh, thank God.
Our man, the brain. Go North. Go North.
Mate, he's converted. He's converted. He knows a good thing. He knows a good thing when he sees it.
Does he?
Yeah, bloody oath. He sees potential.
He doesn't have an ABI.
Potential.
No trading targets for Scorched Earth this week. It's because he's got none.
Yep, me too. Balls to the wall now, baby.
Sexton and Impey out. H. Cox and Sheasel in.
Who's
H.
H.
Cox?
Hot Cox? I don't know.
Maybe. Get back to us, Ian.
Hopefully it's not Mason, but anywhere you bring in Sheasel in, I'm all about.
Love you. Thank you, Ian. Appreciate you, mate.
You. Appreciate all your...
Kevin, how is next season's starting price calculated? Does it depend on season final average, or is this season final player price? I believe it's whatever they finish on, mate, is what they start on next year. Is that right?
I think that's the case from what I've noticed. Maybe there's like a little bit of fluctuation, but I'm pretty sure that's right.
Yeah. And do you know what, mate?
Mm-hmm.
Carlton, with how soft they've been in the media this week, are proudly sponsored by Kleenex.
That sounds about right. Sounds about right. Horse. It was Nick Cox and Sheasel to bring in.
Okay. Nah, probably not Nick Cox. Too inconsistent.
Great.
Skits fits. Did we ever find out location for Stomping Ground? Collingwood. It's in Collingwood. It's not Smith. It's near Smith Street, Collingwood. I can't think of the name of it though.
We'll duck in. And see. We'll just throw down our pitch on the table and be like, "Oi, lads, listen here. We're giving you free promo, and it's not on. It's about to stop. So you better give us beer." I think that's a pretty good way to do it.
Absolutely. Pickles is the kind of bloke that gets a palmy, and when they ask what sides you take, salad instead of chips. No. Can't be doing that.
No.
And Braino says,
it's called a Palmer, and you get both.
Has Geelong been a Tassie? No, because being in Geelong is like being in Tassie.
Pretty much, yeah. Yep.
Yeah, don't hurt me, anyone from Geelong. Who's the best replacement for Fisher out of Holmes, Houston, Ridley, Martin, Edwards, Yeo, or Newman?
Yo.
I would usually say no. Yeo, sorry. Which Edwards is that?
Yeah, that's who I didn't know either.
I'd probably pick Houston out of the lot of them.
I would also go Houston out of the lot. But if you waited a week, I'd go Holmes because I just don't like Holmes this week in Tassie. But if you go, then it's Houston.
Jeremy Cameron is Cone Daddy of the week. He got bent over by Rory Lube and loved every minute of it. Weak as piss, be better.
Well said, Janet. Well said.
Pickles is the kind of bloke that doesn't warm up before a game because he smothers himself in deep heat.
God damn it.
Is it same? Me fail English? That's impossible.
That's impossible. Good old Ralphie.
Love you, mate. Appreciate you value my opinion, Skiddy.
We value everyone's opinion that's in the Discord. And we love
Jasper, you've been here week in, week out, mate. We value you being here, mate. Thank you.
Bloody oath, mate. You're a legend. Absolutely.
I missed what that one was about. Sorry. Pickles is the sort of bloke who loves wet weathers.
Oh, that was about Jeremy Cameron's matchup this week. Yeah.
And you know who? Matt Rao needs more grass.
Yep, Matt Rao does need more grass.
Are also not connected anymore. Matt Rao.
He's doing me in.
Matt Rao. Yeah.
Yeah, he's really doing me in.
And he'll be down to Matt by the season's end. You're right.
Let's bloody hope not. Ian says buy my merch. Good
boy.
Good.
Winnie Blues was my choice of dart, which I gave up 20 years ago. But when I see TG rack up 40, it's almost like it feels like cracking open a packet. Please don't.
No, please don't. We don't like that.
Want to hear a bad stat I found out today? Errol leads the league in turnovers by 20. Wow.
Damn. I would not have expected that. But then again, he
No.
probably does have a lot more disposals than everyone else.
Yeah.
So he's
Shout
probably.
out to.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Go.
I was going to say his disposal to turnover efficiency is probably okay because he has a shitload of
But he
disposals.
gets a lot of the ball, yeah.
Yeah.
Shout out to SPAL, my new FM save. Never heard of it. Let us know what it is.
Oh, Horse. Kevin's other guy wasn't Edwards. It was Ed Richards.
Oh.
I don't mind that one, though.
No, I like it.
I don't mind
they've
Ed
got
Richards. Yeah.
3 of their last 5 that Eddie had too.
At Marvel,
Stadium, sorry.
Yeah. I go Houston or Ed Richards in that aspect. I'd leave it a week for Holmes, and then Yo's a bit too up and down for me. So yeah, I'd leave one of those guys.
You know, I would enjoy these Massimo things if he was still at Essendon. Oh.
He's
Shout
like
out-
he's
sorry.
like Ginnivan for Collingwood supporters, you know?
Yeah.
Just
Shout out to
about
Matty Ryan signing for Roma. Congratulations. That's a soccer thing, I think.
Oh, good.
This one's for Horse. Who of the following is a buy? Oratio Fantasia, Shitbags Laverty, Messy Hands Mackay, Essendon legend Brandon Zirk Thatcher, or Campbell Chesser?
Oh my god.
Did you know that Ben Mackay scored 104 Supercoach points last week?
Yeah. Do you know that?
But I'm still buying Chesser.
Yeah. Absolutely. Love that Horse.
This is a fantastic stat.
Ooh,
Derby
stat.
59 will be the first in which both coaches have previously played for their clubs. Little fun stat. So they have both played in the Derby as well.
Oh yes, great because of Longmuir and Schofield. Yeah, very
And
nice.
our man that he's got his finger on the pulse when we're talking injuries. Luke Ryan did not train today.
Oh, and he was your buy guy, Horse.
Mm-hmm.
And Alex Pearce isn't playing.
Mm.
Danger.
Ian Johnson, love the work you boys do, or lads do. You deserve it. Thank you, mate. You're a bloody champion of a lad.
And you know what? You deserve to listen to us. So play ons all round.
Ian, you are a legend. Jonas, I absolutely agree. Jasper, can we have a leaderboard next year? Yes. I will create a leaderboard for our Insight League. Yes.
Sounds good.
And we'll have one each week. Do you want to make it top 10, top 5?
Top 5. Top 10 is too much effort. we do enough, Horse.
Yeah, we do a lot. News. Yeah. Can we put together a meetup last Saturday of the season at a pub, catch up for some frothies? We may be doing a round 24 thing.
Mm-hmm.
We'll let you know if we can find the time to do that. There are some moving parts behind the scenes.
Correct.
Essen done? No.
Oh,
Jonas,
he's called it.
Be better.
I'm close. I'm close to it. If they lose to St Kilda, they're done.
No, look, I think we're nearly done.
I like your hopeful and enthusiasm, Horse, but they have to win this week.
They absolutely do.
1 week at a time. Brad Scott coming out and saying that last week was good for them is probably not right in that scenario, but that's all right.
Did you know you can get 20 grand for a testy these days? Ian's thought about it to donate it to research.
Interesting.
I got 40 grand sitting in my pants, mate.
Not bad news for it. Oh.
GWS to beat Melbourne $1.90 into West Coast 9 goals. It's a nice little doubler.
I've got a better one for you. GWS to beat Melbourne, North to beat Geelong, and then Hawthorn and Adelaide to draw. Don't know what it's paying, but it's home.
Wow. Imagine the podcast Sunday night, fresh off a draw.
Oh, how good would that be? We're coming off of probably the game of the round in Western Bulldogs and Sydney.
Yeah.
And then we get a draw out of Adelaide and Hawthorn. It'd be elite.
Nick Cox signed a extension to stay at Essendon today. Congratulations. Jonas.
I think that's smart.
Yep. Deadly. If Gorn's back, I like the Demons. Big call. Where are other Demons playing? Are they at the MCG?
I thought it was at the Giants, wasn't it?
At the MCG.
I said the G. Okay.
They do play the MCG well. Don't mind that,
Don't
Jonas.
care. I like the Tsunami way more. I think their Tsunami small forwards are going to get well on top of the Demons halfbackers.
And for those of you at Stomping Ground that are watching this,
See you
your shop
soon.
or your bar is
We're coming.
Street, just off Hoddle Street. You will see us very soon.
Nope. Horse, get all that off the page. Stop giving them free promos. No more free promos for them. Nope. No more free promos. No more. They're going to pay good money for that.
Disrespect on Matty Ryan, Australian goalkeeper. Get with the times, lads.
Where do I have time to watch soccer? I watch every game of football for you guys every round. I can't watch soccer too. But I will keep that in mind now from you. So thank you, Ian.
Can you also add your score overall rank on the screen like the NRL boys do, just so we know where you boys are?
We will definitely do that next year.
We can. I am a bit technologically retarded. So once I work out how to do it, I will sort it out. Sorry.
Yeah. I will also give a hand.
Live pod for the grand final.
You do not want the spiel that's coming out of my mouth on grand final day. But I will.
Yeah.
But I'll give you Brownlow. I will commit to Brownlow. But
Brownlow,
you don't want me on
definitely.
grand final day. Grand final day. That's too many cans deep.
Yeah. Australia is playing in the Olympics. You boys watching? Of course, I'll be watching.
Absolutely, we'll be watching.
Do I think we'll win many games? No, but I'll be watching.
Maybe.
Controversial opinion.
I think we can get a few. Shout out to our Aussies. We're all backing you.
Yeah. Who do you think? Yeah, our man Dyson Daniels from Bendigo. Good luck, mate.
Yep.
How many games do you think they win in pool games?
The NBA,
No,
basketball,
in
the
the
Boomers,
Olympics. Yep.
the basketball, our Boomers basketball team. We're done. There's not. I don't think we win one. We may beat Spain. We'll get destroyed by Giannis, and Canada could almost win the whole thing.
Yep.
We have a shocking one.
Shout out Andre Ingram.
Does the Olympics don't start tonight, do they? They start tomorrow night or the night after.
I don't know.
I saw it on a big screen 3 days. Was that today or yesterday? So it's either Friday or Saturday.
Okay. I'll be watching footy though.
We start tonight, do we?
Yeah, right.
Oh, there we go.
When's the
All right,
opening ceremony? Is it tonight?
It must be. It must have been
Yeah,
as we were doing this pod.
Yeah, right.
We'll have to go watch some Olympics now, Horse.
No.
Oh, rugby sevens or something.
5 a.m. Yeah.
I'm not watching
Anyway,
that.
you got anything else you'd like to say tonight before we knock off, mate? It's been a lengthy one tonight.
It has been a lengthy one, but yes, thank you very much for everyone that came and joined us tonight. We love all you beautiful bastards joining us in the chat. You guys are absolutely hilarious. It's been fantastic to sit here and do this show for you guys, and we're just going to keep on punching it out, keep on doing what we do. It's what we do. It's what we love. It's what we're driving towards. So if you haven't already, come join the community in the Discord. Links in the description. Give us a like. Give us a subscribe. As we said, we love doing this shit. So again, a big thanks to you, Horse, for being, the main man, the host, the gorgeous face, the modeling thing, the voice acting, foot model when you decide to bring out your OnlyFans as well. And just for you being you, Horse.
You're a good man, mate. Thank you. And before we knock off, as you and I basically took an oath to do before we finish each pod now, as Ian says, buy my merch.
Buy my merch. Bang on the money. Thank you, Ian.
Legend that you are,
absolutely.
Mate. Ladies and gentlemen, it is not weak to speak. And it is okay not to be okay. So if you're struggling at home, if you're having some bad thoughts, write them down on a piece of paper. Talk to someone that you know. Talk to someone that you trust. Okay? It's never as bad as it may seem inside your head. Go outside for a walk. Have some time to yourself. Do something that you enjoy and that makes you happy, regardless of what anyone else thinks, because the most important person in this world is you. So remember, it is okay not to be okay, and it is not weak to speak. Mm-hmm. So for tonight, this great man is Skiddy. I am the Horse. You've heard it all from us tonight, but we'll be back after Adelaide and Hawthorn draw on Sunday night. This has been another episode of the Inside AFL podcast. We'll see you then.